Hello YouTube. This is my main computer for up here in my bedroom, which has the ES2L board and unfortunately has a push-pin piece of shit cooler on it right now, but that will change soon. It now has a GT240, a Creative Sound Blaster Auto G2, and a D-Link wireless card. It also had this Diablotek power supply, which was $20 on Newegg. So, you know, I wasn't expecting much, but, you know. As you can see, I've broken the warranty seal on both sides. I'm taking a look in here. So, why don't all of us have a look in here, shall we? Put the camera down for a second as I take this top off. And here we are, on the inside of this Diablotek. Now, as you can see from a couple of the previous videos, there's a lack of X and Y capacitors in here. There really is. So, yeah, but there is a fuse and an MOV right next to each other. So, I think it's pretty safe on the input side. However, the filtering could be better. There are no coils there, no filtering at all. It uses four diodes. It uses four diodes that are configured in a bridge rectifier fashion, but aren't actually a bridge rectifier module. And from what I've read about, that just means they can't draw as much current. But this is a 320 watt power supply. What do you expect? It does have two filter caps though. These are both HEC 330 microfarad, 200 volt caps. So at least it has two filtering stages. So that's good. Then you move to the other side, or to the middle side, you get three transformers there. That transformer looks meh to me. I don't know. It's got like 3 chips on the input side. It's down there. One's probably a voltage regulator, 2 of them are probably transistors. I see a resistor down there. Oh yeah, this wax they put on here just looks like lipstick or something. That's just awful. I see a cloth wire there going into the transformer. And then there's a little choke there. I don't know what that is. This thing does have a voltage selector switch, so it has that right there. On the output, we get 2 coils right there. So it has decent output, although there are not that many capacitors. They're like 3. And there is a chip right there. I bet that is a self-protection thing right there. Although I don't know for sure. The number on the chip is an EST7502B. And then the number on the bottom part is an 82210-8. Sorry, 822-108. There you go. That's the bottom part of the chip. I don't know what that chip does. If anyone decides to research that, then let me know in the comments. But yeah, this little power supply for $20, I'd say it's middle of the range, to tell you the truth, because it doesn't have much filtering on the input part, but it does have the MOV and the fuse. It doesn't have the coils, but it does have the 2 capacitors. Has a decently sized transformer for a micro-ATX form factor power supply, rather than the ATX. And yeah, the heat sinks, although the heat sinks in my opinion are kind of lackluster, but there is a fan blowing directly down onto everything, so that's not that much of a problem. By the way, ever heard of these guys? White balance would ever work on this camera. Mahua Industrial Corporation Limited. Now, these fans I've heard have failed in other people's cases before. I don't know if these are sleeve bearing or ball bearing or what. I have a tendency to believe they're sleeve bearing though, because this was a $20 power supply. And I do want to ask you guys, what do you think I should do? Let me tell you what kind of system this is powering. This is a micro-ATX motherboard that has a Pentium dual-core E5700 on it. So it's a 3.0 gigahertz Pentium dual-core. 4 gigabytes of DDR2 RAM. a GT240 video card, which does not even have its own separate power connector, it's board powered, a sound card, and a wireless card. Do you guys think that this power supply, being as average and okay as it is, should be continued to be used in this system? I mean, it looks to be okay. It looks to be safe because of the MOV and the fuse, but the lack of filtering, I don't know. That bothers me, but I don't know if that's a huge problem. There's like not too many X capacitor. There's not an X capacitor or Y capacitors on the plug. I guess in theory I could put those on there, but I'm not sure it's worth it. That's why I'm just asking you guys. Do you think I should modify this at all, or just use it as is because it's $20? I mean, by design, do you think this thing will actually kill my motherboard if it gets angry at me, so to speak? I don't know if any of you guys have had this one before, but yeah, that's just a question I'm posing to you guys. But other than that, that was just a look inside this power supply, and this is just an example of a mid-range one. How it has some good parts and some bad parts, like those missing coils right there, but it has the 2 filter caps as opposed to the FSP group one that had the 1 filter cap that didn't do anything, practically. These are 85C rated caps, by the way, as well. So, this thing doesn't get that hot, apparently. Anyhow, that is the inside of the, where's the box? The Diablotek, the Diablotek PSDA320M. There you have it. Have a good one, everybody. Ciao.